Hey YouTube, it's Brenda from leansecrets.com, and look at this. Woohoo! We've got a fresh batch of stuff. I am making 5 salads for you today. And why 5? I don't know. I guess I was just in the mood for salad. Call me crazy. And also, I was thinking salad is something that a lot of healthy people eat, but it's something that sounds so unappealing. It's thought of as kind of boring, tasteless. I've heard a lot of people say, I don't know how you can just eat that rabbit food and just live off rabbit food. And I've also heard people say, I'm not a salad person. At one point, I have said that because I didn't know any better, but the truth is you can make awesome tasting salads. It just depends on what you use and how you make them. I'm gonna show you some awesome tricks today with these recipes that you're absolutely gonna love. So today is a salad extravaganza, so sit back, relax, and enjoy these recipes and hopefully give them a try when we're done watching this. So the salads that we're gonna make today are a Mediterranean salad, a Hawaiian salad, a Southwestern salad, and an Asian salad. So if you want to skip to whatever recipe interests you in the description box, I'm gonna separate this video by minutes, and you can go ahead and skip to the part that you want to see. All right, so the base of your salad is thought of as a head of lettuce. That's what a lot of people use. They use that iceberg lettuce. What you can do to enhance the flavor of your salads is change up the base. You can use bok choy as the base, you can use kale as the base, you can use baby lettuce as the base. You don't have to just use iceberg lettuce. So each of these salads is gonna have a different base. So we're gonna get started with the Hawaiian salad. So the Hawaiian salad is a very sweet salad. It's very much pineapples, coconuts, citrus. It's very, very refreshing and cool. It's an awesome treat for those days when you've worked out really hard. So for the base on the sweet salad, I'm going to be using the baby lettuce. Baby lettuce is great for the sweet salads because the baby lettuce is very mild. It's not very strong tasting. It just tastes nice and fresh and light. So you can buy a fresh pineapple and do that, but buy the canned pineapple because we're going to need the pineapple juice for our dressing in a minute. These are 100% organic coconut flakes, and they are delicious, unsweetened. A lot of the coconut flakes that you get at the grocery store are gonna have sugar added to them. These I bought at Whole Foods. They don't have any added sugar. I'm gonna sprinkle about 1 ounce on the salad. Ooh, I just stepped in my dog's water bowl. Awesome. We're also gonna add a couple chunks of papaya. Papaya is like a cantaloupe, I guess. It kind of tastes very smooth and mellow. It's really, really good. And then we're gonna add a blood orange. Blood oranges are very, very dark on the inside. I'm just gonna use 1/4 of that blood orange. And the reason I'm not using more than 1/4 is because we're also gonna use some grapefruit. We're gonna use 1/4 of the grapefruit. And I already scored some pomegranate seeds. I'm gonna just sprinkle these on here. I know that you guys have heard of apple cider vinegar, but this is coconut vinegar. Coconut vinegar is very, very healthy, beneficial, and it's actually even healthier than apple cider vinegar. I'm also gonna use coconut nectar, and the coconut nectar is gonna be really sticky when it comes out of the bottle. It's very, very thick. And you can just stop right there, leave it right as it is, or you can make it a creamy dressing, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna use some tahini. So tahini is nothing but a bunch of ground up sesame seeds. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of tahini. Tahini is such a perfect addition to any salad dressing. It adds body, flavor, healthy fats, protein, and if you wanna figure out if your dressing is up to par, if it's the way you want it to taste, you just take a little lettuce leaf and dip it in there and try it. For the next salad, we're gonna be doing an Asian salad. We're gonna use bok choy as the base for this, and you're just gonna cut the ends right off. Bok choy is so good for you. Bok choy has a very high ORAC value. It's a wonderful anti-inflammatory. This is a very alkaline food, very good for your digestion. If I had to use one word to describe bok choy, I would say fresh. It's very fresh, and it seems to have a lot of water to it, which I love. It's very refreshing. And I'm probably gonna say the word refreshing about a bajillion times because that's one of the main things that come to mind when I think about salads. I'm just gonna rough chop the bok choy, and you cut a little bit of the ends off. You make sure you clean all your vegetables. I'm already cleaning these vegetables. I'm not using dirty vegetables. I've cleaned everything already. So we're tossing the bok choy on. That's our base, and you make sure that you use the hearts of the bok choy too. You can use every part of the bok choy except for those ends. You don't really want those ends. Then we're gonna take some green onions, cut off the ends, and you're gonna cut it on a bias, and you're gonna cut them however thick you want them. I love the taste of green onions. You're gonna not use the very top part. And red onions, I'm not gonna use much of the red onions because we have the green onions, so I'm just gonna use probably about a tablespoon of chopped up red onions. So we have some yellow peppers here, and I'm just going to give these a rough chop. Sometimes when you're hungry, your body's actually hungry for vitamins and minerals, not necessarily calories, if that makes any sense. So eating a low-calorie salad like this, which is also high in vitamins and minerals, can actually satisfy your hunger. Cilantro, we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of ginger, and that's about 1/4 of a teaspoon. We're gonna also use about, I don't know, about an ounce or so of peanuts, sesame seeds. The only store-bought dressing that I like, Paul Newman, low-fat, sesame ginger dressing. Another thing that you can do for this is the Trader Joe's orange muscat champagne vinegar. Oh my God. If you haven't tried this vinegar, you have to find a way to get it. If you don't have a Trader Joe's by you, if you don't have a Trader Joe's in your country, you need to figure out how to get this stuff because this is like liquid gold. I can't live without this. Oh my God. The best way I can describe it is like fresh squeezed orange juice and champagne. It's almost like a mimosa in a bottle. I don't drink alcohol, but if I did, I would probably be drinking mimosas all the time. For this salad, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of the Paul Newman's dressing, and this is a light dressing. It's 35 calories for 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon. And did you know that the caps on most dressings equals a tablespoon? Just a little FYI. And I'm also going to add just a dash of the orange muscat vinegar dressing because I love this stuff. Oh, and by the way, I'm not adding any meats to these salads, but typically if I was gonna eat something like this for dinner, I would add a little bit of chicken or maybe some fish or maybe some steak or something like that. You don't have to add protein to it. You can just eat regular salad and that would be very healthy also. You need to make sure that you're getting enough protein, and you should be getting protein every couple of hours. So this salad looks absolutely amazing and delicious, and oh my God, let me show you guys what this looks like. Next salad is the Mediterranean salad. Side note, it's really hard for me to make this video without eating like every little ingredient that crosses my path. The base for the Mediterranean salad is going to be spinach, and we're also going to be using fennel. If you don't know what fennel is, this is what fennel looks like. It looks like a crazy bulb with a bunch of little leaves at the top. So with the fennel, you just cut the end off, and what I'm gonna do is just slice very thinly. The first thing that I think of when I eat raw fennel is it's slightly sweet, but it's also spicy, and it reminds me of that flavor in sausage. They use fennel seed a lot in Italian sausage. Okay, I've got half of a green pepper. I've sliced some cucumbers, and I'm going to cut the slices in half and throw those in there. We're gonna take 1 mushroom and slice, and then black olives. And this is reduced fat feta cheese. Fat-free feta cheese is also fine, but I find that the flavor of the fat-free is a little bit weird on all cheeses. So I'm gonna use reduced fat feta cheese. I'm also gonna use just a couple of medley tomatoes. I'm gonna cut them lengthwise. That's how I like to cut my tomatoes. And a lot of people just throw their cherry tomatoes into the salad. I don't like that because then you've gotta like find the tomato and stab it. This is so much easier. I got some slices of purple onion. So for the dressing, we're gonna use the tahini again. That's obviously a Mediterranean thing. When you go to the places that give you gyros, hopefully you're not eating gyros. They will give you this white sauce, and a lot of the times that is a tahini sauce. You're going to roll out your lemon. When you roll out your lemon, it just gets all the pulp kind of juicy, and you'll get more juice from your lemon like that. Trader Joe's has some pre-peeled garlic, and I'm gonna use 1 clove, mash it, mince it, and toss it in there. I'm gonna toss some pepper in there, just a little bit, and a little bit of salt, just a touch. Mediterranean food is actually not very spicy. It's kind of I don't want to say bland, but they don't like a lot of spicy stuff. The spiciest that they get is paprika, and paprika is not very spicy. So you don't necessarily need a whole lot of spices for this. And so that's the consistency that we're looking for. We want it to kind of drip off the fork. And all the dressings, we don't need to use a lot of it. You take your fork and you just drizzle it over. It's probably gonna end up being about a half a tablespoon of dressing. When you go to a restaurant and there's just ranch dressing coating every lettuce leaf, it's just so heavy and the flavors are just lost. It's just overpowering. You don't want to overpower your salad with salad dressing. And lastly, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of oregano. Boom. Our Mediterranean salad is done. So that's the Mediterranean salad. It's so delicious, so fresh tasting. And this salad is definitely more of a savory salad. This is not sweet at all. Very savory, very, very delicious. The last salad is a Southwestern salad. I used the baby lettuce for this. My camera keeps cutting out. So what I'm going to do is have you guys go to leansecrets.com to get the recipe if you want it. I'll also put the links in the drop box down below. And I just want to know, instead of some kind of fried tortilla strips, I used brown rice tortillas, sliced them up thinly, put them in a pan with no oil, and just let them cook on a very low heat for about 3 minutes. And that turns them into these crunchy little tortilla chips. And also Mrs. Dash Fiesta Lime Seasoning. Love, 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 love this stuff. So this was the salad dressing. The Tabasco, the vinegar, and the Mrs. Dash Fiesta Lime. Also a little bit of grapeseed oil. Put that all on the salad and it turned out awesome. A little cilantro, and that's our Southwestern salad. So there you have it, guys. 4 very fresh, delicious salads that are sure to satisfy any palate. I hope that you had as much fun today as I had making these salads for you. If you have your own spin on any of these salads, put it in the comments below, and also let me know if you have any interesting recipes or salad dressing ingredients or anything like that down below. Find me on Twitter, find me on Facebook, ask me any questions, talk to me during the day. I love talking to you guys. Tell me what your workouts are, any questions you have. And if you want to learn more about how to get and stay lean, firm, and toned, you can go to leansecrets.com and check out my instant downloadable ebook and weight loss program. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye. Oh my god, so much salad. Yikes. To be honest, the one that I'm eyeballing right now that I'm probably going to devour after this video is that one right there. The Hawaiian one.